All right, the button has been pressed, the light has turned green, and we are all set and ready to go as we bring back an old favorite, Sound Goblin Story Time, here on Sound Goblin Gaming. We're taking a little bit of a break from Super Robot Sundays, just because it was kind of a cool game I found at one point that we wanted to show off to you. Published by Square Enix, game is called Paranormasight, The Seven Mysteries of Hanjo, and as the Danny Elfman Japanese Children's Choir kicks in, I am, as always, Bograt.
I am the Krampus.
I'm Jiv.
And I'm Vincent.
And we'll go ahead and get started.
Oh, weird. I don't have a controller in my hands.
I know it's been so long.
It's weird for me to get a slightly lower profile for the very comfy couch though.
Thank you for welcoming me, Square Enix.
Square Enix is not who's welcoming us.
Wait, TV world.
The storyteller is welcoming us. He shall be our guide going forward.
Are we the camera that's on TV?
There is a very complicated answer to that.
Oh, gee.
In fact, a man sitting in a wheelchair.
So it is worth noting I did have to delete my save of this game in order to start this stream playthrough because there's a singular save file. There is not actually a way to make... You can make multiple saves, but there's no way to actually have different run-throughs of the game going at a given time. It is all one run-through of the game.
They basically either have to delete the run through or move the files somewhere else, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Usual thing.
Saving is a very important element of game. Only way to keep your memories in place.
Rechained by this river.
A million new button.
Well, that's an interesting menu.
Yep.
How dare you try to math at me?
So you can see person of interest, files, the ability to save, load. Got a pretty standard options for the game. The game comes in a variety of languages,
Let me change files.
by which I mean it comes in English, Mandarin, Cantonese, and Japanese.
Art.
Well, I think it's actually traditional Chinese and
Simplified.
Chinese.
Yeah, because Mandarin
but
and Cantonese
you
would
use the same alphabet, but the
and it's a pictographic language. It uses literally the same everything.
yeah. So we've got our regular game settings. We've got audio settings, music volume, sound effect volume, voice volume. We've got video options. Notably, if you've got any sort of visual processing issues, you can turn off. There's a lot of chromatic aberration. You can kind of tell just from the very start here.
Yeah.
You can actually turn that all off if that bothers you. And then there's controls, which in here are going to show control stuff because this is technically running off of a Steam Deck. But at its core, this is primarily a visual novel style game. So the controls are kind of straightforward. There's basically a confirm and a cancel. That's about it.
You need to be able to get to places and press button. That's really...
Yeah.
I do like that as the text log in there. Am I not coming through, or?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yep, we got you. I mean, speak again, just so I can check OBS, but
Speaking at my normal volumes. That goes? Okay.
Ah, we turn individual voices off.
well, no, you can turn voices off as a whole by setting the voice
okay.
volume to 0. I've already adjusted the basic ones, but you can see here, this is sort of our files menu. Files are divided into different sections. It'll always highlight new files in here. We can look at all the files we have access to, and then they are divided into Culture Society, 7 Mysteries, which, as you may guess, the game being called the Seven Mysteries of Hanjo, a major part of it is figuring out the 7 mysteries.
That looks like more than 7 inches.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There are 9. This comes up very early on that there are 9 mysteries that are the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. There are phenomena and curses, which are also tied to the 7 mysteries, and then there's general gameplay guide stuff. So that's where the how to play ends up. You may notice we have a use curse button.
So we can get on Twitch.
Depends on which curse.
It's cursed, not use gamer words.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Even gamer words don't get you canceled on Twitch; they get you a sponsorship.
That's true.
Just now realized he's
Yes.
Yes.
enter your name on
For
the
those of you who
screen.
can't see this, Bogred does have a keyboard in front of him, but is requiring him to input it on the keyboard on his team.
No, so what was going on is I was inputting it on the keyboard that I have in front of me,
Uh-huh.
but it's not reflecting on the screen that we're watching. It was only reflecting on
Ow.
here.
Oh, because it's a pop-up screen for. Beautiful.
Goverate. Sound the goverate.
So we are clear. What it's pulling there is actually my current Steam name, which is Roko's Dumbassalus.
That is.
It is does that intentionally to try and like freak you out for a second, like oh. Yes, that was a very intentional thing that the game does. Obviously, it has a character limit, so it was only 10 characters, so it cut it off. Which was very funny because the first time I started playing this game, my Steam name at that point was OSHA Non-Compliant Boy Wiggler.
Oh, amazing.
And so I think it pulled up basically like OSHA Non-Dash.
To be fair, I'd be properly frightened if I was named OSHA.
The story is presented by Cobrin. Death has been a constant presence. None have ever escaped. You will notice that some words show up in yellow. There is significance to this, but it's not something like in like Super Robot Wars where they have the highlighted words. You can go, oh, there's like an entry on this.
For it.
It's just an emphasis thing.
Fair in Super Robot Wars Y, some of them also do not have entries.
Yes, like well, okay. The funniest one in Super Robot Wars Y, which we will get to, is that the dog has an entry and the little girl does not.
Yep.
This is kind of an interesting sort of philosophical take on the reasoning behind ghost stories and things like that. Is that just, it's a constant concept in human minds about death and the death of others and perhaps the life beyond death and so on and so forth. And at an attempt to defy death, all sorts of strange things have happened. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day.
Yes, Robin Williams.
We have choices here. I will tell you that this choice doesn't actually matter.
I'd say 3.
No, absolutely. Sacrifice someone else.
There's always a cost, Krampus.
Nothing in life is free.
Oh yeah, I don't deny that. I'm just... All right, no, fair enough.
Remember, sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes.
Television.
Color television.
I mean, that's true. Technically, old-style color televisions like that don't exist anymore.
Again, there's an extremely complicated answer to who we are.
Also, for those too old to understand this, there were pieces of furniture that were dedicated to your television once, long, long ago, in a land right here.
I mean, when we want to talk about anachronistic technology, it's currently showing us a phone booth.
Yeah.
I mean, entertainment centers still exist to this day.
Well, yes, but this is like this is one of those where it was like a
it's a
built-in
thing,
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
TV, like
My
that was
God.
part of a cabinet.
Look at that dial. You know it clicks each time you move it.
Uh huh.
Such a satisfying click too.
Oh yeah.
They hook up the Nintendo, switch it to like channel 3. It's
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. It's satisfying the first few times you do it, and then you realize you have to get up every fucking time you want to change the channel.
Change the channel. Commit to your channel.
I mean, if you were lucky, you had a remote control, by which I mean a big box attached by a cable to the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was the remote control. That's what the dad
Yeah,
told me.
yeah, that was what my dad told me
Change
too.
the
It's like the
channel.
whole reason
Yeah.
we had you is so we
Yes.
could change the channel.
Yeah.
So now the storyteller presents to us Paranormasight, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. The yarn ensnaring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. There are 9 mysteries.
9 persons. Are there 9 doors?
I was gonna say, how many doors are there?
Okay, wait. Is it 9 men and 9 women, or is it 9 men?
It is
and
9 men and women.
women? Okay.
There are more characters than that, but there are 9 people that get tied directly to the Rite of Resurrection. So the first character is Shogo Okie. We now have a persons of interest information about Shogo Okie. He's a male office worker, unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working in the planning department at Hihaku Soaps, a chemicals company headquartered in Sumida. Born in western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects heavy action films, anime, variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo, and since settled into an apolitical mindset, common among those of his generation, with no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance. It is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby and is currently looking for a girlfriend. We also have an entry on the storyteller, which tells us basically nothing. Sex, question mark, occupation, question mark, question mark, question mark. Guides those who visit Paranormasight. Everything else about him remains a mystery. I would like to note, there is no note about what sex he is, but it does specifically refer to him as him.
Well, sex and gender are 2 different things.
Yep.
Breaking news. Okay, well,
Well, that was
on to the next
quick.
person of interest.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you weren't supposed to see that yet. Oh, no.
A very slight note that I do like is as he's talking and then lip flaps are moving on his, it's also on the television. It is very clearly that what is showing up on the television is an active representation of him. It's not like a separate thing. Oh, and if you're bothered by a mouse cursor on screen, fucking get over it. It's a visual novel.
I'm gonna say.
So it's not a straight visual novel, I will say. There, it is more in aspect of. There's actually a very old game, but it never even got a U.S. release until very recently, called Famicom Detective Club. It was on the original Famicom and was somewhat visual novel, somewhat mystery story. They did a updated remake and like English language release on the Switch, but it was all the way back on the original Famicom. And so it's more like that, where we go to places, we have like. We actually interact with the environment. We investigate things. We have like think options where we can like think about stuff. We can talk to people, and we have dialogue options.
Phoenix Wright.
Sort of.
For a game that did not ever come out in the U.S., Famicom Detective Club actually has like a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of games that come out that they were working on and just abandoned.
I mean, this is not the first game that actually did a Famicom Detective Club.
I mean, Danganronpa literally had in
Yeah.
Danganronpa 2, the like arcade game you play that solves the mystery of the like murder of the gangster guy's like sister.
Yep.
Is based on Famicom Detective Club.
Happens all the time. Turn your head around 360 degrees.
You can see we get our magnifying glass. We go click on somebody's face, we will actually speak to them. Right now, we also have a recall option. Our surroundings. We're in Kinshibori Park in Sumida City. Just past midnight, we've gotten a new file. Got a file about Sumida City, 23 districts of Tokyo, surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kyonaka rivers. Start of the Showa era, it was still divided into two districts, the southern Honjo and northern Mukojima. They were merged into one district after World War II. It's said to be named after the Sumida River, the banks that line it. Unlike the river, however, its name uses the character for ink rather than that for corner. Even now, people still frequently mix up the two. Suffered extensive damage from the Great Kanto earthquake and air bombings during the war. Sumida managed to recover, come out on top every time. It was once filled with samurai residences. It is now home to a thriving individual district and many residential zones. The evidence of its previous thriving industrial district, many residential zones. The evidence of its previous character can still be found all around the area. Major landmarks, that's Echo Temple, the former Yasuda Gardens, the site of Kira Kozuke Nosuke's residence, which is Anzo Matsuzakacho Park, Sumida Park, the Tokyo Metropolitan Memorial Hall, and the Mukojima Yaken Gardens. As a note, I will be pulling up basically every file and every person of interest file that the game gives us, because most of them are important or have information in them that could be important to later things. Kinshibori Park was opened in 1950. It's close to Kinshicho Station, surrounded on all sides by roads. That is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. It was named after the Kinshibori Canal, part of the Southern Wadagisui Canal, which could once be found nearby. In fact, the area's name, Kinshicho, was also derived from the canal. So sometimes individual items within the background will have details about it. Investigate.
That was a straight lamp. Everyday tree.
Those of you who weren't alive would tell them.
Yeah, pretty much. This also kind of gives you a time frame as well. So this was always placed at a rate of 10 yen per 3 minutes.
That's a steal.
And this was right at the beginning of when prepaid cards, known as telephone cards, began to spread.
Basically, these were the cell phones of the 80s.
Yep.
And 90s, technically. So cell phones a thing in the 90s, but how were they not as widespread?
No.
This is Yoko Fukunaga, 23, works as a housekeeper and is really into the occult. Our point of view character here has a thing for bubbly girls that are into dark stuff like the occult. We now have a person of interest file on Yoko Fukunaga. After obtaining a junior college degree, she started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she's received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, she worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within the year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. She has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. So when we were looking at her, he mentioned that we could try and recall something.
Related note, since her dog is named Pogo, she's also in.
Yes.
Trying to remember what legendary. serpent monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is akin to like the Tsuchinoko, things like that. Shadow children. They're everywhere.
More specifically, it's also Canadian, so you're going really
Yes.
out of your way to.
Be a Japanese person naming their dog after a Canadian serpent monster. Remember correctly, Ogopogo is like a furred serpent or something. I might be misremembering. It might be a different furred serpent, but
Images look pretty conventional serpent, but
I'm just wandering this children's park looking for strange.
yeah. So supposedly, this very park that we're in is the location of the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 mysteries.
No, I was actually just asking you to elaborate. Threw some random shit at me.
Not gonna force me to against by spam that against all the
doesn't care. She likes cuddle.
Yeah, so this is covering a lot of the information we actually had in the file on Sumida. Later in the game, it will not be quite so nice as to go through in dialogue things that you can find in the files.
I do actually kind of like that, though, as a thing, like giving you the files and then fact checking you on them for stuff. I don't know how the game does it.
There are like dialogues you will go through where like a question will come up or like you're supposed to like kind of make a connection with something that was just said, and you'll get options given, and you need to recognize what the thing was talking about, like select the thing, and if you select the wrong thing, the conversation goes the wrong direction, and you end up having to basically kind of redo.
middle of conversation. Check your menu for like files. Like when the options.
I believe so.
Okay.
I didn't generally have to do that when I was playing through in my original playthrough, just because I really got into this game and really liked a lot of it, so I was retaining most of the information. But
Yeah, I just know my memories particularly hit and miss for it. So it'd be nice to have that as a backup.
yeah. Supposedly, the 7 mysteries of Hanjo are all true, unlike all those other occult stories.
Things trying to ride the way of the occult grade.
Like the mysteries of Twilight Town.
This seems to be just a common thing for, like...
It's a very big Japanese like folklore culture thing. Like most schools have like the 7 mysteries of the
black
school.
Mysteries of location.
Yeah, like almost every school has it. Most districts of Tokyo have like 5 or 7 or whatever mysteries. Almost every rural town has a bunch of like quote unquote mysteries and stuff like that.
And unlike America, most of those mysteries aren't just old men dressing up to cover up crimes.
Yes, they are.
Look, I made a sentient android robot that haunts this theme park, this abandoned theme park, to keep people away. Because I'm a scientist capable of making a sentient robot, but I can't get a fucking job. This world sucks.
This world sucks, or you're bad at marketing yourself.
Oh, we got a
Really bad at
How would I
marketing
do
yourself.
Yeah. So we actually have a map of Honjo now with more details. It was mostly swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, the area on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to be developed once the Ryogoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Meireki. While Honjo is known for its large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. The Ryogoku Bridge area, home to the Echo Temple, eventually became filled with more people and shops. After a magistrate was assigned to the area and shops continued to pop up, it soon became a part of Edo proper as its reputation as a lively place spread. Honjo, along with other areas like Asakusa and Fukukawa, are still appreciated today for their old-fashioned feel and architecture.
As an aside, Edo is the old name for Tokyo.
Yes. Yes, Edo is what Tokyo was called long before it was actually the capital of Japan. It's back when Kyoto was the capital of Japan. Edo was the city of Tokyo, and then as Edo grew and eventually changed, it became Tokyo.
Yeah, they cut the toe off the end of put it on the front.
So we
I
got
was
a
thinking it.
little bit of detail about the occult craze. This one I will say isn't actually all that important, but it's just sort of a general sort of world building thing. Just talking about, stuff like Loch Ness.
Last I checked, Nessie was a monster that attacked people in the middle of a school.
That distinctly wasn't Nessie. Remember, it was not
That's
in
true.
Loch Ness. Sightings of mystical creatures like Tsuchinoko Hibagon, urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna, television reports of spoon-bending psychics. Take that, Yuri Geller. Medium spirit photography. Basically just talking about the general thing. The only really relevant part of this is most recently rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection have been spreading in certain circles. Then we get a general thing about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, which became known as a hotspot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories have survived to this day and become known as the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, they continue to be told as urban legends. Despite the name imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. There are like 9 that are relevant to this game. Their roots likely come from stories told by the city's common folk. The most famous of these stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known Rakugo story. The most famous of the 7 mysteries are the Whispering Canal, the Fool's Procession, the Beckoning Light, the Haunting Clappers, the Evergreen Beach, the Taiko of Tsuguru, the Foot Washing Mansion, the One-Sided Reed, and the Ever-Burning Lantern. We have little sort of ukiyo-e paintings of
Those
these,
7 mysteries.
of those 7 ones specifically.
Yes.
Those 7 of 9.
Of 9 that are relevant to
It's
this
the story.
game and 10 or more overall. But again,
I
these
feel
are
like the thing they say 10 or more. The thing is the 7 mysteries. They say here's the most common of the 7 mysteries. That's really lit.
Amongst
Yes.
our mysteries are such diverse elements as.
yes. So what's funny is they list 9. We have 7 that are in pictures because they are the 7 Mysteries of Honjo by Kuniteru Utagawa.
Yeah.
So specifically, the ones we get here, if I'm identifying them correctly, I believe this one is the Whispering Canal. Or I think the second one is the Whispering Canal. No, this is the Whispering Canal. This one I think is the One-Sided Reed. This one is the Ever-Burning Lantern because Ghost actually has like a lantern there. This is the Foot Washing Mansion. Oh, this one is actually the One-Sided Reed. We'll find that out later when we learn more about that. This one I'm not
Evergreen Beach?
sure. I think that might be the Evergreen Beach. Yeah. This one is the Fool's Procession. I'm pretty sure. And this one I think is the Haunting Clappers. On that one, we don't actually ever get reference to back to these, so there's no real way of knowing. Now we have the specific details that we learn about the Whispering Canal. Formerly known as Kinchibori, many fishermen once gathered on the section of the canal. Oh, yeah, you can actually see here.
that's up.
So actually, it will be here when we see those ones.
Yeah.
Many fishermen once gathered on the section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal, whispering, "Leave it behind, leave it behind." Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering. Yeah, we've known Yoko for a couple months, and she never really brought up the Seven Mysteries again until all of a sudden today.
Reminiscing.
So that was just referencing the note we just had.
Same playground note.
Yeah, so it'll give you the check mark if you already have seen it. So in this instance, because we already saw that, and there's no update to the playground note, tells us that. So it's pretty nice about that as far as that goes. Telephone booth is still the same. Oh look, Yoko's over here now. I don't know. What do you think about that, Nova?
I was sleeping.
She is snoring away.
So now we have details on
Also,
on a bunch of them. Yeah. So during the Fool's Procession. Okay, so this one was the Fool's. Mysterious tale recounting an encounter had by a daimyo at his residence in Honjo's Ushijima, which is now Komagata High School. When wandering around his estate, he heard the sound of music, much like that of a kagura performance. He commanded his people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade when one neared the Waragisui Canal. The source of the sound was never located. This story is also known as the Procession of the Tanuki, as many were of the belief that it must have been these mischievous tricksters behind it all. We have the Beckoning Light. While walking along the road near Hoanji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern light up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes, while others believe it is a monster, leading people astray. Some even believe it's the vengeful spirit of someone that died, luring the lost to the land of the dead. Got the Haunting Clappers. Thought it was. As the evening bell rings in Irecho, near present-day Shimoko Bridge, a night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight, the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again. But no matter how hard he searches for the source of the second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire.
Or could you echoing?
A lot of things get blamed on kitsune and tanuki. The Evergreen Beach.
well, I mean, we are involved for it, but
So you can see here, the Evergreen Beach doesn't actually have one of the paintings. It just has its own thing. Once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beach residence. Somehow, no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the Evergreen Beach. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all.
Fair.
The Taiko of Tsuguru. There was once a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Tsuguru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townsfolk. So again, this one doesn't have a regular painting, it just has the foot washing mansion. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night in a residence in Mikasucho, modern-day South Wadagasui Street in Kamizawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot, drenched in blood, smashed through the ceiling. "Wash!" it commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came, fixing the roof it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing.
Wait, I think
Big
you need
nasty
to stop drinking.
The one-sided reed. Damn right, dude. There was once an infamous rogue by the name of Tomizo who fell for a woman named Okoma. Tomizo persistently chased after Okoma, attempting to win her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances each time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomizo brought a dagger to a canal near Ryogoku Bridge and attacked Okoma. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal, but she was all right. Ever since then, the reeds growing along the canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. And finally, the ever-burning lantern.
Second. You're terrible.
Yeah, no, I got it. Wasn't funny, but I got it.
Got Krampus. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Wadagasui. But there's something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly, even with no oil to fuel it. That's the miracle of Hanukkah. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern. Another telling of the story in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit.
What does that have to do with an angry cat monster, though?
I don't remember if when we learn more about the story of the ever-burning lantern, if anything about that cat ever comes up. Oh wait, here comes Joe. What was what? Your shit. Apparently, Shogo has a special talent.
That special talent was to be mundane and boring.
Oh, my spirits. Wasted.
Eh? Oh,
Not going to humor you by asking about your ghost story.
That's
I'm going to engage in literally everything else possible around here before I humor you, stupid ass.
Not playing a children's game.
Seriously, what's up with this playground?
I'm going to turn my head 300 degrees again. Other way to fix the kink.
Look, aren't there some shadow children around here I could interact with instead of your dumbass?
No, the children only memory.
Fine.
Look, I know you watched The Sixth Sense recently.
Not Yoko. It's actually Bruce Willis.
Somehow there's this equating of being able to drink a lot with having a good spirit sense.
That's your spirit sense. Good with spirits.
Oh. Wants to get you drunk.
I mean, the first time you met her, she did ask if you were boning her rather than talking about weird occult stuff.
Are we talking about the same thing?
A Laurel and Hardy bit.
I do have to say, since it's been a bit of a ways into the prologue now, and we've gotten to experience some of it, I do actually really like the effective usage this game has of silence and music cutting in and out. Create a really good atmosphere, even if all of the music is very fucking Danny Elfman.
Closer.
It's got that weird mix of like, it has horror undertones to it, but there's also like a whimsy to the music just because of the instrumentation. Well, let's think if we've... No thinking? Fine, just talk. So now this is what most of our dialogues are going to look like. When we talk to people, we're given the options of what we can talk to them about. Likewise, with the looking around, if you've finished off a topic, it'll get a check mark on it, so there's nothing else to talk about. But sometimes you will have to talk about other topics before you can come back to a topic to get more information out of it. This is kind of a core point of the game, is that even if you have, strong spirit sense, if you don't believe, it just doesn't work. However, if you believe too much, you sometimes trick yourself into thinking you've seen things.
And when you get trashed all the time. Sorts of stuff.
Like a giant foot slamming through your ceiling and demanding to be washed.
I washed it, then it left and fixed the ceiling. Really more of an annoyance than anything. I really need you to elaborate on this drinking thing you've randomly gone on to.
You just want to go to a bar? We can do that.
Fortunately, we can talk to her specifically about alcohol.
It's not the question you should be asking.
I'm asking because you keep bringing up drinking. I'm really confused.
But this is a topic.
Isn't though? She's been bringing it up.
So that's the only thing the original answer changes. As you can see, we got a little check mark. That is all the discussion we can have about alcohol. Talk more about spirit sense, though. Now we're done with spirit sense.
Feels like that could have just been at the tail end of the previous.
So they do that a lot in the game. It's to make you kind of try and second guess if there's more to go into a different topic or whatnot. Because there are some times where going down a certain path of conversation past a certain point will lead to a bad end for a section, essentially.
Ooh.
So there are some times you don't actually want to talk about everything you could talk about.
Down a path about information. Another path, I would assume.
Well, not only that, or also just a matter of, like, not even necessarily from a different path, but, like, literally, like, sometimes there's just things that the character will
Don't
not
want to talk about.
don't want to talk about, and if you keep pushing on it, they will just leave. And you need information from them from another path for something else entirely, and so it will lead to a bad end if they just bail.
Fair. Not tough to pick up on that.
It could be up to 15.
I mean, that is fair, that last part. As time progresses, it does make sense that more would get at it.
Yeah.
Also, because Japan loves the number 7,
Yeah.
especially in connection to the
I mean, it's not just Japan. That's a fairly common 7. 4, 7, and 13 are very common numbers in all sorts of occult stuff.
I wasn't aware that 4 was. I knew
Yeah.
about 7 and 13.
108.
That's like specifically Buddhist stuff.
Yeah, but it does get so much stuff gets attached to 108.
Yes. I will say, not every interaction makes you continually click to talk back on them. A lot of times it will just take you back to this screen at least. So
Well, I'm wondering since it does throw you back to surroundings. Are there ever cases where you talk to someone?
there are some,
change in the
yes,
surroundings?
there are sometimes where things will change in the surroundings. In this particular instance, I know that it doesn't.
Yeah.
So just going through, but yes, that is absolutely a good point. There are occasionally times where, as you're talking to somebody, sometimes things might change. There are sometimes things might change in the background, and it doesn't throw you back out of the conversation menu. You have to like actually be noticing. Like typically, I will say every instance I found of that happening, it was in the screen you're looking at when you're talking to them. So it's not like something like
will change
behind
in the
you.
Background. Not something you have to turn the area to
Yeah.
look at. Visual changes in the middle.
I'm haunting you to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, fuck, just go back to talking about alcohol randomly.
Well, okay, I don't think the alcohol thing is random. Based on the conversation we had with her about spirit sense, I think what she's trying to do.
Yes, no, there is an actual explanation. Like she actually did explain. She's saying like she's making a metaphor there of like, you know, based on how strong your spirit sense is, would be the equivalent of like your alcohol tolerance.
But also, like, believing too much is equivalent to getting too drunk and just losing control of all your faculties.
Also, she's just really fucking bad at explaining things, which is outright. She says, "I realized it sounded stupid as soon as the words left my mouth."
Continued with kudos.
Yeah, I mean, she commits to the bit.
Yeah. How are you expecting to find the Whispering Canal? There's no fish here.
That's another extremely important point to the whole premise of this game. Is all of the stories we're able to learn about the 7 mysteries have some degree of, you know, telephone game to them.
This is already deeper than most of these types of games I've seen. I'm impressed.
Really not trying to find it out by murdering us and throwing us into a canal, right?
Why would you need to throw us into a canal?
Well, I mean, I may be using information I'm not supposed to use. Explicitly told to forget about, but
To be clear, he wasn't found in a canal. He was found in this park.
oh, I thought it was not.
No, he was found in this park, drowned.
Please don't.
Forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous onmyoji from an ancient age. Rumor has it an old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite was recently discovered. Deki Arashi is another character we will meet later on. significant to the story here.
Secretly.
That's
Not
the
much.
first conversation we had with you.
We get some information about the rite of resurrection. Manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. It was said to have been devised by a once famous onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult study. Yeah, she began by searching for the rite of resurrection. Realized that the 7 mysteries of Honjo somehow lead to it.
Aww.
Just an aside, I also really like the art style of this game.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it definitely kind of lends itself well to the. I mean, it honestly feels a lot like an 80s or 90s horror manga.
Yeah, effectively.
Especially like the usage of sort of the semi-photographic but like very like blurred backgrounds.
I like the very.
Yeah.
How does?
Yeah, they definitely use a lot of like those kinds of effects to great, like again, building atmosphere and like kind of setting stuff. Even doing stuff like the whole like that first time when we were turning around and we turned back around and Yoko's right in our face.
I actually just realized something I really like about the design.
Hmm.
The very thick lines.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's very like manga-ish rather than
Yeah.
more like anime style because it has those very thick border lines that look very like inky. It even has stuff like here you can see kind of down at the bottom. It's not a like completed line. There's a little bit of bleed through there.
Also, the shading is
Yeah, it's like it's thick lines, but it looks like they're all kind of done by brush.
Yeah.
So imperfections where you get faces where the background's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
you can see it
like
on
over
the
here,
guy.
like our hair right here,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's kind of thinned out or whatnot. Yeah, so this is bringing up an interesting point that the Rite of Resurrection is from before the Edo period, but all of the seven mysteries are stories that seem to be from the Edo period. Which is that Anon Myoji from Edo period rediscovered the Rite of Resurrection. Which is where that manuscript comes from. The manuscript itself is known as the Record of Fates. Something within the Record of Fates indicates that secret to the Rite of Resurrection is hidden within the seven mysteries of Honjo. They're the hot new trend. For who?
You know, weirdos.
Well, in tune of the occult craze.
weirdos.
We've now got a note about the Record of Fates, saying it's a manuscript from Edo period, written by the sorcerer who recovered the Rite of Resurrection, viewed as a priceless and authentic document due to its detailed account on how to perform the ritual.
Whoa. I like how there's the question mark for think.
Well, that's
Yeah.
always what it.
We'll be
What's up with
fine
this?
as long as we don't turn around.
What's this phone booth?
Like that doesn't even give us the option to do like face around.
Nope.
Do anything
We
else
can,
for
we can look at
that?
Yoko, we can talk, we can think. Huh. Well, there's nothing behind us.
No.
Playground's fault.
We're
Really
angled
weird.
kind of up.
What? God, there's nothing back here.
Finally realized we can keep our heads in.
Whoosh. That doesn't
That's probably okay.
Average to tonight. Okay, she can't hold her liquor after all.
A dead body has been discovered.
Haven't even started the game yet. Good initiative.
That can't quite be right. Well, Shogo's body was the one found in Chibori Park, drowned. Yuki.
A spooky ghost.
I doubt that. A phone. Only there was a phone. Oh.
Shit, does anyone know the number for 119?
He's definitely going to jail for this. No.
Who dat?
Phone booth. Yes. Yep, still dead. Yep, she has the ability to stop her pulse to prank you.
Good bit.
It's a really elaborate mannequin. Any minute now, it will just explode into confetti.
Like a mannequin in front of us, and she's actually just standing behind us, turning around. Why do we turn around?
That would explain that presence we keep behind us.
Vault of the phone booth.
That area, we? Are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least since like the 1 a.m. time
Oh
frame.
no, a little bit further. But it looked like there was a shadow right there.
Right there? Yeah, that's been there.
Okay.
And we have surroundings.
Thing.
presume. Also, look at the area she keeps.
Well,
Hold on.
Technical difficult.
I think it auto saves.
yeah. So the game didn't.
There we go. No,
crash.
the game didn't crash. It just, I don't know, something happened and the Steam Deck
Disconnected.
turned off.
Yeah.
I presume we checked the sandbox she was constantly playing in.
No, it's just surroundings.
Put it on
The
ground
swirly
next to
dark thing next to
fallen
her?
object.
Yeah, there you go. Got a curse stone of the Whispering Canal.
Hey, girl.
What's up?
Right, so, Moscow Mules?
I don't know. We're more of a martini guy now, apparently.
A resentful memory is flowing into my mind.
You know what? Considering the effects of alcohol, maybe we should actually go like full teetotaler.
Kill them. Kill them.
Bit harsh.
Apply the power of the curse stone to the Whispering Canal. We can use it to kill those who walk away from us.
That's certainly a power to have.
Wow.
Yes, so every one of the 7 mysteries has a curse stone associated with it, and each curse stone has a specific trigger. A significant part of this game is learning what the triggers of the curse stones are and finding ways to avoid triggering them.
Oh.
And also knowing when to use your curse stone.
By the 20.
By the score doesn't mean a single score, it means reap 20s of lives.
Yeah. Are we even gonna reap 20?
Define we.
I don't know, but we are benefiting.
Yeah, so this is sort of the message that effectively gets delivered to all the curse bearers. You can kill regular people and get their soul dregs. You have to kill tons and tons of them, satiate the curse. Or you can kill other curse bearers, and each of their lives are equal to tons of lesser souls. Also, it's not like outright stated here, but you also get any soul dregs that they have gathered in their curse stones when you do. So we have an update now about the Whispering Canal. Kills by drowning one who leaves the curse bearer behind. The actual resentful memory. Toki loved fishing with her father Jinkichi more than anything. With their wicker baskets on their backs, they would leave for the canal every morning and fish till the evening. The miso soup her mother Koma made using the carp they caught was to die for. Her parents loved her dearly. One day, however, her father disappeared. Koki's mother went to look for him and never came back either. Those who came to express their concern eventually stopped visiting her out of fear. Koki continued to wait, all alone. Mother, father, where did you go? Don't leave me behind. Unable to bear the loneliness, she left her home and trudged along the roads until night fell. Neither her mother nor father were anywhere to be found. Tears stung her eyes. Suddenly, the sound of fish splashing in their water cut her through the silence. She found herself standing before the canal where they used to fish together. The taste of carp and the memory of her father's smile flashed across her mind. Without thinking, Koki walked into the moat. The sound of water splashing echoed through the night air. Passers-by thought of it only as the fish in the canal. The splashing faded, and silence returned to the lonely night. So curse echoes are the visual manifestations of curses. They are fundamentally related to the origin of the curse. They do not always take the same shape, may sometimes appear in a more abstract or disfigured form. They lack consciousness, unlike a spirit, and are thus the mere dregs of a soul. Curses are made tangible by what are known as soul dregs. Someone possessed by a curse that has a curse echo is called a curse bearer. A curse echo is in and of itself a curse, and a possessed curse bearer can inflict that curse upon others at will. A curse that comes with a curse echo is considered very powerful in and of itself. Ordinarily, those with no spirit sense would not be able to perceive a curse echo, but anyone who becomes a curse bearer can see other curse echoes. Curse stones are old Netsuke carvings imbued with curses derived from the seven mysteries of Honjo. Originally, only those with spirit sense could wield such curses, but these curse stones allow ordinary people to use them just as there we have the curse stone of the Whispering Canal. And then soul dregs is when someone dies, their life essence leaves the body and becomes a soul. If one is killed by means of certain curses, however, the life essence will turn into a residue of soul dreg. Fucking disgusting. The rite of resurrection essentially uses these soul dregs as a sacrificial offering to bring back the dead, but the amount of soul dregs required depends on when the person being resurrected passed away. The more time has passed since their passing, the more soul dregs are required. Still here.
Sorry, I'll go.
Fortunately, you've not been put into a death game, so
Pretty much. However, just like with the nunnery games, it is entirely possible for everyone to survive if everyone just stops killing each other.
ask a hard one for that one.
This one at least does give an impetus for people to want to kill each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a religious fanatic and a spell related to this yet.
Give it time. You could always just accept that she died. You don't have to kill people to come back. So the other people probably have better reasons. Or not better reasons, but people they are more connected to. They're trying to. We'll see.
I mean, Yoko wanted to bring back her dog.
Yeah, but she didn't know how, that this was lost,
Yes.
in fairness.
Sure about that?
No. But
She told us she didn't.
I was referring more to us. Known her for a few months. We haven't really had like a super strong relationship.
I'm just saying, please do not ascribe deeper connections to people you haven't met yet.
No, but I said maybe.
Come on to you, phone booth.
Well, that's new. Huh. The beckoning lights, you said. Hey, buddy.
That we think.
Roger Smith. So good.
Still dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be surprised that you know my name. Clearly, you're an emaciated Phoenix Wright, so not that surprising.
Right, but it's on hard time.
I can see that.
Like, he knows about curses, so he probably does. Hey, Yoko, what are your thoughts?
So good.
Unfamiliar.
Reasonable questions.
Good. You good?
Hey, Yoko, do you know this man?
New Pokemon just get weirder.
The more innovative designs, honestly.
Well, it is until it evolves, and that's a paper lantern, guys.
Ah, Google Lights. Googly eyes light Pokemon.
I think you should say that I am rather surprised we haven't had a paper Pokemon.
Have they done a China analog?
I mean, and has paper lantern.
Yeah, I know, but that'd be the other place where it would be.
For the most part, they haven't really done.
They have a few yokai-based ones,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
Not
not a
many.
lot,
Yeah. We've gotten a profile on Takumi Yumioka. He's male. We have no idea about him. Man who's covertly watching Shogo Okie at Kinchibori Park.
We actually have two based on this one. Both Hypno and Muda are based off the.
So one thing that is
The
worth
Baku.
noting, one thing that is worth noting is that you may notice now that this has a section for curse echo with question marks on it. Not everybody who has this field appear actually has a curse echo.
Sure.
It shows up when we are unsure whether or not somebody may be a curse.
That's actually pretty good. I wonder what would happen if you actually gave up your curse.
You don't get the option to there.
Oh no, okay, that's fine. But I'm still curious, like, what would happen in the story?
It happens later on.
Oh, okay.
The answer is nothing of significance.
Give it up.
You give it up.
Curse card.
Yeah, like, it doesn't, like, the curse that is placed upon you is only as long as you bear the stone. If you give up the stone, nothing actually adverse happens to you other than you no longer have the ability to kill people with a killing curse. And you're also not compelled in any way, shape, or form to actually use the stone. Like, you get, the little speech there about, kill a bunch of people and you'll be able to use the rite of resurrection. But it doesn't, like, take over your mind and make you use the stone, or even realistically, there's no implication that it even, like, corrupts you or anything. Yep, kill without a trace, as long as their conditions are met. And I'm going to be honest, that without a trace thing is a little bit hard to swallow, seeing as Yoko is clearly fucking drowned over there. Not a sensical trace.
Are your hands the wrong hands?
Yoko's fine.
It's just metal.
It's like
so.
30 seconds. I don't know if you can possibly say for him.
I'm rather impressed by the fact that our protagonist here is sensible.
Yeah. Yoko's a pretty level-headed guy. What's up?
I'm still here. Yoko, what's your opinion on all this?
Have to get him to walk away.
Alright, I'm going to jog in place until my body odor is unbearable.
Like, for real, man, you see that? Okay, so now we have the option to recall.
light.
And we're dead.
No.
Yeah.
Remember, that one required you to actually follow the light. Or at least that's what the legend was. Yeah, the light is well and truly gone.
Yep.
Right behind it. That'd be hilarious.
Again, pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picking that up.
He's so great. How come I've never heard about him before? Told you in some other metaphor that just
Yeah, he's a secretary to the chairwoman of the Haku Soaps, which is the company that Shogo works for.
Ah.
Worships the company chairwoman, Natsuo Yamamori, demonstrates his unwavering loyalty through his swift and exact execution of every task given to him. Just as Natsuo Yamamori continues to exert tremendous influence over the company since her retirement from the presidency, so too does Takumi continue to support her behind the scenes. Acting as Natsuo's mouthpiece in this capacity has earned him the ire of the current president and the board of directors. Takumi knows the names and faces of not only all employees at the head office, but also the temporary workers in their factories and warehouses, and even their main suppliers. Nerd. Fuck you, man. It's a day job.
double fuck you for pulling that shit. I like Shogo.
Another valid question. Above your pay grade. We're a soap company, bro.
I was expecting the soap company to be like a throwaway part of his backstory, not an intricate piece
Nope.
of the plot.
Actually relevant. So again, when I talk about like I'm going through these files for an actual reason, because you never can be quite sure what is actually going to be relevant out of them.
So comes incredibly wrong. How do you think we keep washing the giant foot that smashes through the ceiling every night?
Somehow it makes more sense than it should.
Again, extremely plot relevant detail there. A bunch of curses awakened at midnight. Still no will o' the wisps. Okay.
My best to avoid them.
Won't kill him. Humane death.
The creepy drowned girl told me to kill him. Like, not for me.
Like, he does say that a curse's resentful memories impart a powerful urge to kill. We see throughout the course of this game significant evidence that this is not the case. Either it doesn't actually impart a powerful urge to kill, or some of the characters we inhabit as we progress through this game have way more willpower than you would think, because they do not seem to be interested at all in killing people.
Back centuries ago, this was a powerful urge to kill. Now this is a, hey, kill. Yeah, don't want it.
Yeah, kill. You got any games on your phone?
I have a phone. It's right over there.
Oh.
Sorry, you're like a couple
Calm
decades
down, little
from
drowned girl. Have some Pocky. You'll feel good.
Oh. I'm gonna go order 10 pizzas at some person's house.
Now I'm actually curious when Pocky came around.
It is.
Yeah, I was like, I imagine it was around by this point, but
Like, what decade is this?
First
set
sold
in?
in 1960.
okay, so yeah, it is around, because if I recall correctly, I believe this is set in the 80s.
I think we're like 90s hockey.
Well, yeah, no, 90s anime definitely did. I just wasn't sure if it was anything that like came about in the 90s or whatever, but yeah, 60s sounds right.
Yes, let's turn our back on him. Yep.
Stone is a god.
That's a short game.
Just maybe.
Also, you're not wrong. He didn't kill us with a curse stone. He did just actually fucking murk us.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was gonna like hit us with a brick or something.
I think he just snapped our neck, actually.
Yeah, we went over. He doesn't probably actually have a curse stone.
No. Don't know Will o' the Wisps.
No, that's fair. Few decades, there'll be a story about someone the book. It'll start off kind of interesting, get real dumb, real dumb.
In the end, it was just a candid camera show, anyways.
They'll make a live action adaptation. Someone totally eats shit.
Running across a diner counter. Willem Dafoe is the only person that knows what movie he's in.
It's true.
But not for me.
No, they will find me saying next to 2 corpses.
Oh, what do you think?
2 corpses.
You don't technically have to kill.
No.
Fine, I see we're going for a pacifist round.
I don't know. Are we? Got one vote either way right now.
Realistically, he is totally down to kill us, so I have no problem cursing. Using our repeat powers. All right, no,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
will
say-
actively kill
Yeah,
us.
I was gonna say, there's no harm in.
Killed me in an alternate timeline.
So you can tell from the state of him that it absolutely was the Whispering Canal curse that killed Yoko.
Yep. I kind of figured that by the drowning. So I'm curious how Yoko got.
We didn't have the curse stone when it happened. So
Maybe we didn't have it in She
presumably, we weren't the one.
Yeah, 1% soul drinks.
We definitely did not have
like, A, we didn't have the curse stone at the time, and didn't turn away from us. We turned away from her, which almost makes me wonder if she was trying to curse us and something backfired. Oh, you got 1%. You kill 99 other people, you're good to go.
Order 99 Amazon packages.
One
Answer
of-
them all in person.
So you have to do it, wait for the person to show up for each one before you order the next one. 'Cause otherwise, you might get multiple shipments.
God, that's all bodies to dispose of. Problem there is it's being sent to an address.
So you're ordering body bags one at a time.
Also, they're gonna catch on after like the third one.
So this gives us a brief overview of kind of where around the city the legends actually take place. Not super important to remember those. Get pretty. Put our curse down. Think.
A busy night.
No.
You can move.
Now, I am also fully prepared for this game to pull a Undertale/Deltarune and remember that you did this, even if you go back and do other stuff, but I'll stand by it.
That is a question. What would happen had not our curse there? I can tell you from half.
I'm pretty sure Shogo gets arrested, and it's a bad end. I don't actually remember that far back, but I'm pretty sure pretty much exactly what Takumi said would happen is the ambulance shows up, she's dead, they're like, what the fuck, and you get arrested, and that's actually a bad end.
Sense, because yeah,
We're gone to Shimoko Bridge, where the Haunting Clappers history takes place. Found this 100 yen lighter that someone threw away.
light shit on fire.
Yeah, you're collecting random items.
Adventure game.
Entirely random, considering the whole thing about the clappers was a guy going around like a
Warning about
fire.
letting people know, like, hey,
Yeah.
you come to Hoanji Bridge and find the coolest motherfucker in town.
The JoJo character.
This has a very JoJo feel to it. I was about to say, the whole interaction between us and Secretary guy was very...
Activating our stand.
Yeah, it was like...
It's the JoJo actually parallels horror in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
yeah.
It's very suspense oriented.
I mean, the very first one was pretty much horror. Well, he's starting out.
I love him so much.
I'm not gonna lie, since I can't, I don't know if it's voice acted at all.
It is not.
I'm hearing Dio's voice actor.
Which is a bit strange, considering the initial thing is like, if there's a voice you don't hear, go ahead and turn the volume down.
Uh-huh.
Salt and stuff voice acting.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
I could see it be related to some of the,
Like a curse.
yeah.
Richter Kai, private detective.
That man looks like he'd wear the double belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Richter so much.
He looks like a half.
Did you just say not to tell people your name? God fucking damn it.
Also, detectives in hats.
Are they gonna have a mechanic where you have to purposely turn down voice volume to not hear something that's a curse?
I don't know. We'll find out.
That's awesome.
Man who deals in secrets.
Shouldn't be your name. It's the name is important.
He only told us so we could have an understanding. This fucking weirdo. It's pretty much the file entry we have on Richter for now. What a fucking weirdo.
He did say he's a private detective. So. Accident. Give away something. So this isn't any travels particularly fast.
Yeah, I'm chill on that weirdo.
I'm actually curious if that's going to come up later.
Don't want to check the surroundings of the area. There's a thing for surroundings.
I mean, we can. It's not really anything. I'll tell you now, there's not really anything to find.
Yeah, no, I caught that we.
Just some sort of generic.
I caught that we used past tense when talking about Yoko.
Yeah.
So if he finds out that Yoko's dead, it kind of fact that we're already aware of it.
Surroundings, far shore, bridge. We already looked at Richter. We've talked to him. Head to South Watergate Street. Foot Washing Mansion and the Ever-Burning Lantern are from this area. Major road, but 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
That could be the effect of the other sides of it was her burning.
Doesn't let me stand. I mean a curse bearer around here.
Yeah.
We have very limited range of places we can look.
Okay, that's actually not as big of a stretch, since one of the things they established in part 3 was that most of the things like ESP, ghosts, or anything are actually stands.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's get closer. Getting awfully dark.
Good thing we have a lighter. I'm almost expecting this curse.
They're running away. Get them.
Like the very faint in our background, John Cena.
His name was John Cena.
Getting 30% soul
wow.
dregs.
Probably do get a lot of soul dragon.
Yep.
I was expecting more like 10%, 30%.
All right.
Pretty nice jump.
All right, so we only need to kill 30 1/3 soul bearers or curse bearers.
Yeah, 2 more curse bearers, and then
Handful
9
of normal
more,
people.
and then regular people. Good.
That's more effort than I want to go to. We just need to kill 1/3 of a curse bearer.
Make him really sad.
Exactly.
Yeah, so as you may imagine, it is entirely possible to come to South Watergate Street before you go to the Shimoko Bridge area, and therefore don't have a lighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you die.
Not get a curse stone from that guy?
Nope.
We never even saw the guy.
No, we didn't see the
Corpse
corpse.
see out of there.
Well, seems we've got nowhere else to go. Back to the Hawanji Bridge.
Director's moved on. Nope, still there. You aura farming?
Pretty much.
I think you can aura farm more if you had a white guitar.
Cursed items apparently a rocket car.
Yep, just need to burn a building down.
Guy is so fucking weak.
Well, guess we should probably move on then. Where the Taiko of Suguru is. Fool's Procession.
Fucking Tanuki.
Surrounding.
Our buildings are too.
former site of the daimyo's residence where the Bull's procession happened. Nobody around.
Of course not. It's 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning.
So this is our information about Komagata High School. Full high school with 632 attendees, usually referred to as Koma High. Opened as Honjo First Middle School in 1943. Subsequent revisions to its enrollment policy saw it change its name, becoming Komagata High School. School strives to instill in students with the 3 S's of Sumida: sound morals, social responsibility, and strength of spirit. But success has been limited. Plagued by delinquency, it has been forced to turn to temporary employees to compensate for its high staff turnover, and its sports clubs face challenges with the inner city location and small campus. Its traditional cultural research club is thriving, however, even issuing regular bulletins in collaboration with a local records. Jim. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Curse bearers. Signs of a curse. Dead bodies.
Yep.
Bodies.
Oh, may as well go check out the park, I guess. Taiko of Tsuguru is. There are people here. Middle-aged man and a young adult talking to each other. Somehow, we've determined there's a good chance that one of them is a curse bear. Not sure why Shogo has made this decision.
In the same
Even
way
if
that one of those
not
people.
a curse bear, one of those people definitely has a gun.
I was gonna say in the same way that the JoJo's characters knew that one person in that bar was a stand user, so they decided to beat everyone up.
Valid strategy.
To be fair, at this time of night, wandering around in these areas, I would expect at least half the people you run into to be curse bears.
I'm Jim. I clean up during the night shift here.
Curse bear! 50-50 chance.
Not the cops.
It's worse than I thought. I was thinking Yakuza.
Harmon Smith's men.
Jun Ario, Metropolitan Police Department, Investigative Division. Newbie detective.
I'm surprised his teeth sparkle in that close up.
Ryan Sadachi.
The guy is Chief Inspector Tetsuo Tsutsumi.
Oh my god, he is Adachi.
Got profiles on now. We got Chief Inspector, the gruff police detective, we met him in Doricho Park, and a detective, fresh face police detective that we met in Doricho Park. Most cops suck, but I guess they can be nice.
Your lips. How can he kiss you?
Do that new duck face thing all over Instagram. TikTok.
What the fuck is it? Yeah, that's an. It definitely feels 80s in that regard.
What a time we live in. I don't think it makes me cool. I just don't give a shit.
Fair. I like these two, actually. Surprisingly, most of these characters are actually fairly likable.
Yep.
Psycho.
Yep. So here you have to remember, this is one of those instances. This doesn't actually matter as much in this instance, again, because we're still kind of in prologue. If we get it wrong here, we just get corrected. But later on, there will be important times where we need to remember which thing is associated with a particular place or legend or what have you.
Face, pan to the face, pan to the face, pan to the face.
Only other option now is to go to Komagata High School. Something has changed.
Immediately kill her.
Get fucked! Drags! Drags!
Well, there was a story going on here, but anyways.
36% soul drag. She killed more people than the ever burning lantern guy.
Oh, you're...
No, we
No.
gained 36%.
Oh, was that...
Now we're at 36%.
Oh,
we
that was-
gained
yeah, I
36.
thought it was went up to 30.
I noticed that last
Yeah.
time. The wording
No,
is
we-
not at the.
Item, and it'll tell us. Now 3 a.m.
We're currently at 67.
A one-sided read by the Ryogoku Bridge. Evergreen Beach at the former Yasuda Gardens. Sumida River.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I didn't do it at all during
Between streams, I'll have to check settings and see if there's something.
I wonder if it's not recognizing the mouse as being an input device for something. I was going to.
Something like that. Go to Ryogoku Bridge. Hello, man with terrible sweater.
The what now?
Take a look. We are 67% filled. Yeah, it's not telling us what our total is. It is telling us how much we get from each one.
Way done.
No idea what the curse bearer is. Curse Echo is the
Oh.
foot washing mansion,
That makes sense.
which is not the curse that's associated with this spot.
Yeah.
Yep. So he was doing kind of the same thing we were, presumably, is trying to go to places that were associated with the curses. He is not at all hiding that he is the bearer of the foot wash.
I don't. School.
Yeah, sure, all right.
I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, technically, yes, there is one way to do it.
Sure, fine.
Getting into zones and then other. Oh wow, we just straight up tell them.
Uh-huh. Scrub.
God damn.
It's been 2 hours and we're already elitist. Oh, sorry, 1 hour, because 2 a.m. we had our first kill.
No, it was 1 a.m.
Oh,
It was just 1 a.m. 1 a.m. was the secretary.
Right, okay.
That was our first kill, but that was 1% because he was
Okay.
not a curse bearer.
I didn't remember if it was 2 a.m. by the time we started talking to the secretary.
Nope. We apparently trap card.
As soon as you hear the voice of his curse echo, it's the end.
Wow, so we got to that this session.
Uh-huh. I reiterate, this is entirely the prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong about it. Very easy to hear the voice.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
We might have a way to evade curses that no one else is capable of. Make as many attempts as we please with the conversation. I don't know.
That also makes sense why the menu option is fully available during a con-
Jogo Oki has no way of realizing it himself, so we must react for him.
In that case, it's more putting together the concept of why would you specifically call out being able to turn off voices if the game is
Yeah, there's literally no voice acting in this game, to clarify.
The one thing I knew about this game going into it was this particular.
Yeah,
Because someone spoiled it.
there is zero voice acting in this entire game. Literally, the only reason the voice volume slider exists is for this this curse. Same conversation. Same option, so we get the same dialogue. So for the benefit of Hunter, who doesn't currently have a headset for this, the last time when this happened, in the background, there was like mumbling and groaning and sort of
Okay.
chanting. This time around, there is not. I don't hear a voice.
options, bitch.
Joe was like, I don't even get it either, but I guess his curse condition didn't happen. Die!
Oh,
He tried to use his on us first. I feel bad about the schoolgirl.
Oh, she's killed more people than us.
Sure.
Well,
We gained
till now.
20% soul dregs from that.
Also, he either lied to us or there's a base.
Well, no, it's because we got his soul as well as whatever
Oh,
soul
right,
dregs he
right.
had.
yeah.
Yeah. It isn't that just baseline people who have curses have.
Are all the blind people worth the same?
It's never really clarified.
12 more.
Yeah, wait, 13. Where we're at? Huh?
We were at 67. We just got 21.
Got 20.
No, it said 21.
It said 20.
20.
Did it say
20.
20? I thought it said
Yes,
21.
it said 20.
It's a
We're currently 87%.
Oh. My brain was adding the 1%. I guess.
Yeah, he was worth 19%. They won, and then we got his 1%.
So it's hard to say for sure, but I can conjecture that every base is not worth the same because I promise you the schoolgirl did not kill like 17 people before we got her.
She could have got another. But
No.
Assuming the things that happened here are the same things that happened in the rest of the game, she did not at that point.
Also, 19 plus 19 is.
Yeah, she would have been at least 38 if it was 19 base.
that's also something.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is I don't think it is, just based on that stuff. So, formerly Yasuda Gardens, Green Park administered by Sumida City. As is common in traditional Japanese gardens, its large central pond shaped like the character for heart. Paths that crisscross its ground, lined with stone lanterns, are perfect for strolling while appreciating the foliage or bird watching. Gardens once pulled in water from the Sumida River so that its pond would ebb and flow with the tide. A novelty in Edo, which had begun filling in the bay to support its expansion. But the practice has been discontinued in modern times due to flood prevention measures.
So the region that had the beach that were made evergreen, right?
Ah!
Really close to my face, lady.
She was able to pronounce down arrow.
Yeah, it's just pronounced dust.
Nothing for stealth.
Oh, we're making this so much harder than it needs. Rifle through the pocket, and it's the other two with their curse stones.
Yeah, the fact that we didn't take their curse stone seems like a miss. Now I'm trying to think of the different ones we've not seen curses yet. If I can figure out how we may have, if she even has one. Like, she could be lying about it. Only 4. No.
Use her lighter to light her on fire. Commit arson.
I think I know what trigger it, but I can't attach it to I remember.
do it, you won't. So this is, again, one where we rely on the fact that we are playing a game and an outside observer to resolve the situation. We'll find out exactly how that works next time. It's going to do it for us for today on Sound Goblin Storytime. Join us tomorrow as we continue more of our Pokemon ZA. We will not be back on Thursday since we have wrapped up the D&D 3.5 in Hindsight. We're actually going to be moving the Hindsight series to Sunday mornings instead. Give us opportunity if we want to at a later date to move Thursday back to another gaming kind of thing or something like that. So next Sunday, we will actually have our first non-D&D 3.5 in Hindsight before our Sound Goblin Storytime stream. And we'll be reviewing an extremely popular tabletop RPG called Dungeons & Dragons. So we'll be going through that. We'll talk about 4th Ed specifically, going through the 4th Ed Player's Handbook. So join us Sunday morning for that. And then right after that, short break, and then we'll go right into story time as we'll continue our playthrough of Paranormasight, The 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. Until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been Shiv.
I've been
And I've been said.
Have a good one, everyone.
Yep.